Some call Wyoming the most crypto-friendly state in America, where Bitcoin-friendly laws and regulations, zero corporate and personal state income taxes have attracted digital asset companies like Kraken, Avanti, and more recently Ripple to set up business in the state. Joining us now from Cheyenne is Albert Forkner, State Banking Commissioner at the Wyoming Division of Banking. Welcome, Albert.
Good morning. Thank you.
Right, good to have you here. All right, Albert, what makes Wyoming different from other states in its approach to crypto? How has the state made the laws and regulations more attractive to innovators?
Well, that was just how you said it. Was what Wyoming's trying to do is make it an inviting environment for crypto and for digital assets to provide some clarity, much needed clarity, I might add. So I think trying to bring the U.S. Kind of up to speed and playing a little catch up still from other jurisdictions around the world. And I think a lot of people, of course, it's a small state, small population, very much centered around energy extractions and agriculture. Those can be very cyclical. Anytime you can look to diversify an economy, you can look to attract businesses, talent, retain talent. Those are all things that the legislature and the administration are hoping to do. Very similar to what South Dakota, I think, did back in the late 70s, early 80s within the credit card industry.
Yeah, I saw that Wyoming's Republican U.S. Senator Cynthia Lummis tweeting this month that she's trying to woo Tesla CEO Elon Musk to the state after his company bought $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. Any luck with that, or any other companies expressing interest?
Well, with Tesla, that would be a welcome addition to the state. Actually, we're very well placed on two major interstates and 90 minutes from downtown Denver. But I don't know how much luck I've had yet. But there have been a number, and I haven't checked most recently, but a number of filings with our Secretary of State's office for blockchain and crypto-related companies that are at least doing the corporate filings in Wyoming, because recognizing what Wyoming did in its and some of the laws that were passed over the last couple of years provides a lot more clarity for the businesses that are in digital assets, in crypto, and especially if you're wanting to custody crypto, which I think we all have seen the popularity of that and the need and the demand for that skyrocket here in the last 18 months.
So you mentioned that, one of the special things about Wyoming is that it has relative clarity compared to other parts of the United States. And I was wondering if we could just zoom out for a second and talk about the U.S. in general and the regulatory environment in the U.S. in general, which I think many see as having a lack of clarity. And you have, different money transmission rules for different states. And where do you think the U.S. sort of ranks among other jurisdictions in the world for attracting crypto talent and for crypto innovation? Are we actually quite behind?
18 months ago, I would have said, yeah, probably quite a ways behind. We spent the last year and a half speaking with regulators from all around the world, which as a community bank regulator for most of my career in Wyoming, I never thought I'd be talking with regulators from Abu Dhabi to England to Switzerland. But we reached out to those jurisdictions that have tackled this, or at least attempted to, and provide some sort of guardrails, some sort of guidance for businesses to operate and make it attractive for them to want to domicile there. I think obviously FINMA has been very progressive, the FCA in the UK, and then the ADGM in Abu Dhabi, Japan, Australia. I mean, there's a whole host of these companies or countries that have looked to find ways and find answers for companies that are looking for those answers. Now, the last 18 months, states like Wyoming, obviously we tackled it. We were the first state to tackle a number of things around digital assets, especially around the custody issue and incorporating those into the existing commercial code. Maintain its uniformity, but provide some more definitions that again gives a legal certainty. I think you've seen the Office of the Comptroller of Currency under the acting former Comptroller Brian Brooks with his background from Coinbase, but then he saw how this area was evolving. And really, I think a lot of us, especially in the regulatory space, tried to balance business development but also consumer protections and a safe and sound banking environment. And I think if you're wanting to bring adoption of digital assets into the traditional financial sector, it's going to have to find some sort of regulatory umbrella. Now, I know that there's a number of people out there that would that's just completely opposite of what they're wanting digital assets and crypto to do, and to be outside of a central authority. However, I just don't see, and I've been doing this for 20-some years, about protecting consumers. People are not going to trust their financial well-being if they don't know there's some sort of protections behind it. So I think that's what we're trying to do, and Wyoming has made some good steps there.
Commissioner Forkner, Avante and Kraken, they're banks in Wyoming. Why are they specifically banks in Wyoming? Why did they decide to become banks in Wyoming as opposed to getting a federal charter? What does Wyoming provide specifically to those companies to become banks that they can't get elsewhere? Is there any competitive advantage specifically?
Yeah, I would say yeah. And the reason I say that is if you think about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, a number of companies in the blockchain crypto space were being de-risked. They were having a hard time maintaining their banking relationships. A number of them will maintain 4, 5, 6 banks relationships because they don't know if they'll get a letter in the mail one morning and say, hey, we're closing down your account in the next 15 to 30 days. So that was really what started the idea of finding a way around that would allow stability in a simple banking relationship, but would still be a bank. Now, what we've created here with the special purpose depository institution is a bank under state and federal law, not under the Bank Holding Company Act, because we've restricted it from lending, so it can't be leveraged. So we provided, again, the solutions there. Both of them have made an application to the Federal Reserve to have access to the payment systems, to have a master account. We're waiting to hear back on that. There's those specific issues, but there's much broader issues that the Fed is talking about around payments and stablecoins, CBDCs, things of that nature. So right now, though, this is really the only bank charter, up until the late last year when the comptroller came out with some interpretive letters talking about what national banks could do, there really wasn't the certainty as to could a bank engage in some of these activities, again, thinking about custody of digital assets and things of that nature. And so that's what Wyoming had created. And now you're seeing a number of other states are starting to tackle it. I think we're up to 5 states this year have introduced carbon copies of Wyoming's legislation.
Thank you so much, Albert, for giving us insights on what's going on in your state, and we wish you lots of luck in drawing that innovation.
Thank you.